Hello and welcome. My name is Seshu and I'm part of NetExperts Academy. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to configure subinterfaces in Palo Alto Firewall. And before I'm going to jump into the configuration, please have a look exactly what are the configurations that I'm going to do. So you can see here in my lab topology, I have a Palo Alto Firewall, which is having the version 10.1.0. And in this Palo Alto firewall, that there is three interfaces that I'm going to use. The first one is management interface, which is going to connecting to my physical network, which is running on 192.168.254.0/24. So right now my physical PC, which is running on this network, and my management network, I'm going to keep it. The IP address, whatever I'm going to configure it, I am going to keep it in the same network, which is 254.12, and Ethernet 0 by 0 that I'm going to connect directly to the internet, and Ethernet 0 by 1, which is going to connect directly to my network switch. So inside my network switch that I'm going to configure three VLANs, which is VLAN number 10, 20, and 30. And for VLAN number 10, then I'm going to name it as a green VLAN, VLAN number 20, red, VLAN number 30, blue, and I'm going to configure the subnet for VLAN number 10, 192.168.10.0, for VLAN number 20, 20.0, for VLAN number 30, 30.0. So here in my network switch, the interface which is connected between my Palo Alto firewall and my network switch, whatever interface that I'm going to connect here, I'm going to make it as a trunk port. So basically the trunk is nothing but whether I'm going to use here Cisco switch. In my Cisco switch that I'm going to configure one of the interface as a trunk, which is connected to my Palo Alto firewall. So the trunk which is going to carry multiple VLANs information. So you can see here I have configured three different VLANs, which is 10, 20, and 30. So this trunk port, what it will do, it's going to carry the information for VLAN number 10, 20, and 30. And also here through single interface that I'm going to configure it, I mean, it's going to send all this information. And in my Palo Alto firewall, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to configure three sub interfaces on top of my physical interface. So which is one for VLAN number 10, one for VLAN number 20, and one for VLAN number 30. And I'm going to assign the IP address 10.1, 20.1, and 30.1. Also, I'm going to show it to you how to configure the DHCP as well as DNS. So this is my lab topology. In case if you are going to visit my previous videos, the same lab that I shown to you, like if you have a Cisco router and if you have a Cisco switch, how you are going to configure, how you are going to carry multiple VLANs. So in Cisco, we can call it as a router on stick. And same lab that I shown to you in FortiGate firewall. So in FortiGate firewall, how you are going to carry multiple VLANs. That time how you are going to configure the sub interfaces and all. In Palo Alto also I'm going to do the same lab. So you can see the difference. So if you are coming from Cisco background, you just see the Cisco how I did it. Then after that, if you are interested about FortiGate, you just go to the FortiGate and you can just have a look. If you are interested in Palo Alto, you can just have a look. Okay, so this is my laptop policy. These are the things that I'm going to configure it. Let's go and have a look. So first thing is that let's open my GNS3, and here I'm going to take the Palo Alto firewall. So take a Palo Alto firewall. So this is my Palo Alto firewall, and I'm going to take a cloud that is for my management purpose. So by using the cloud, I can able to connect to my physical PC. So let's take this. That's good. So this is my management. Also, I'm going to take a NAT interface. So this NAT interface, as I told you guys, which is going to connecting to the internet, which is Ethernet 1/1. So in my lab topology, I set that Ethernet 0. So here you can see here it's Ethernet 1/1. Okay. So Ethernet 1/1, which is connected to my NAT interface. Now I'm going to take a network switch, which is my Cisco switch. So in my Cisco switch, again, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to connect Ethernet 1/2. So this is what it does. It's going to carry the multiple VLANs. So basically in my switch number 1, the Ethernet 0/0, what I'm going to do, I'm going to configure it as a trunk, and I'm going to allow VLAN number 10, 20, and 30. The moment when Palo Alto is going to receive that VLANs, then through this physical interface, it's going to receive, and I'm going to configure it here 3 virtual interfaces. Under this physical interface, I'm going to configure 3 virtual interfaces. Okay, guys? And also, I'm going to take 3 different computers. So I'm going to keep each computer into the different VLAN, like VLAN number 10, VLAN number 20, and 30. So I'm going to take a virtual PC here, take a virtual PC 1. This is part of VLAN number 10, PC 2. This is part of VLAN number 20, PC 3. This is part of VLAN number 30. So now I'm going to connect these 3 computers. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now I'm going to fire up. Say yes. So it's getting ready now. So if you want to arrange these interfaces properly to read and all, it's very important. So I just want to move here. Okay, now what I'm trying to do, guys. So I'm going to start with my switch. So double click on my switch. So let's go and configure my VLANs. So just connect T, VLAN number 10, 20, and 30. Say exit. And you guys can see here, I'm not going to specify any names here. If you type do show VLAN brief, by default, the names it's created as a VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and VLAN 30. So in case if you say, no, I want to give you a specific name, then you just go to VLAN number 10, hit enter, it's a name. So this is belongs to my green VLAN, exit. VLAN 20, this is my red VLAN, exit. VLAN 30, name is blue. So I have configured 3 different VLANs and I specify the names. For verification, you can type do show VLAN brief. Now these 3 VLANs has configured along with the respective names. Now what I want to do, I'm going to shift these ports as well. So interface is 0/1, switch port host, switch port access VLAN number 10. Interface is 0/2, switch port host, switch port access VLAN number 20. Interface is 0/3, switch port host, switch port access VLAN number 30. Do show VLAN brief. That's it. Now Ethernet 0/0, I just want to make it as a trunk. Interface is 0/0, switch port trunk, encapsulation .1q, switch port mode trunk. Don't worry, guys. You can type do show interface trunk. You can see here port number 0/0. The trunk is enabled by default and it's going to carry VLAN number 10, 20, and 30. Okay, guys. So now what I'm going to do now, these are the configurations that I'm going to do it on the switch side. Now just double click on your Palo Alto Firewall. Now just wait here. It's going to take a little bit time, guys. So to avoid this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause. Then after that, I'm going to unpause again so that you're not going to waste your time. Whenever you are going to see the video, you don't need to wait. So I'm going to pause this video now. So you guys can see here, you got this message, right? So what you can do, you try to type here, it's asking that VM login, you just type admin, hit enter. Again, it's going to prompt you to provide the password. So the default username is admin and default password is admin. Just type here admin. Now you can see here login incorrect. Again, it's going to prompt you PA HDF login. Just you can type admin again. Then type the password admin. So it's going to, whenever you feel that its login is incorrect, you don't worry about it, guys. This is what the very important thing. So still the system is not yet ready. So you need to wait for some time. So I'm going to pause the video again because I want to show it to you this information. Yeah. So I'm going to pause it now. Now you guys can see here, it's automatically got one IP address from my physical network, which is 192.168.254, and it got the IP address is 163. And it's saying that the mask is 255.255.0. So now you hit enter and you just try again with the default login name as admin and default password is admin. The moment when you hit enter, if your system is ready, it's going to ask you enter your old password. So the old password is admin. The new password is capital P at the rate SSW0RD. Then confirm your new password, which is capital P at the rate SSW0RD. There you go. Now your system is ready now. Now you guys can see here. Just wait for a few seconds. Congratulations. So right now, this is you can consider as your privilege mode. And you can just type here configure. And now you enter into the configuration mode. So the first command that you are going to type, set device config system type static. Here also same like a Cisco, guys. You don't need to type the complete command. You just use the tab. It's going to fill the rest of the commands. So you no need to worry. So this is the way how you are going to do the basic setup. So here, as I told you earlier, that I'm going to configure 192.168.254.12. That's the IP address that I'm planning to configure it, right? So for that, what you are going to do, you said that I'm going to configure the IP address. So that's the reason I'm going to make it as a static. Get my point, guys? Now what you are going to do, set device config system IP address 192.168.24.12 net mask 255.255.255.0. So in case if you want to give a default gateway and all, you can do that, guys. But I don't want to give any default gateway because I don't require. Then say enter. So once this is done, in case if you type any wrong, like during your configuration, if you do any typo mistakes and all, immediately you will get an error message. So far there is no error. That's the reason it's giving me a prompt. Now you can say commit. Also you can type force. Now it's going to save. So what it will do, it's going to take bit time, guys. Then after that, what you can do from your physical PC, you try to ping this IP. So once this commit process is done, you can type ping and type this IP address. If you are able to reach, then there you go. The moment when you configure this IP address, the beauty of this in management interface by default, ping, HTTP, HTTPS is allowed by default, guys. That's why you are able to access your Palo Alto Firewall from your browser. Okay, guys. So now I'm just waiting for it. And meanwhile, what I will do now, I just open my browser and I'm getting ready, guys. Yeah. Okay. In case if you want whether this process is going on, just as you know, network engineers, most of them, what they do, they just open the command prompt. Then after that, what they do, they try to type a ping and they're just waiting to see the reply. Congratulations. So I'm just waiting to complete. Yeah, the configuration command as successfully. You get my point, guys? So now just want to break this and open the browser. This is my Chrome. Then you can type here HTTPS. Very, very important, guys. HTTPS type 192.168.254.12. Now show details. Continue. So now you can see here you got the Palo Alto networks. Then type admin password and say login. So if this is correct, then you are able to log in now. Congratulations, guys, you are getting into login. And very important, guys, especially when you are trying to do it in GNS, at least you try to give 8 GB is the RAM and 4 core virtual CPU. That's better for you to avoid any kind of delays. So because I have configured like almost 8 GB, that's the reason you're able to see some better performance in my Palo Alto. So this is like a welcome to PonOS, say close. So I don't want to send any telemetry data collection, remind me later. And you guys can see here, this is your nice dashboard at initial stage. And if you want to see any widgets, you can able to see. This is my interface widget. So far, I didn't configure anything. So in case if you want to add any other, just you can see in case if you configure high availability and all, you can able to see that. And this is related to the applications, top applications and all. So far, I have not done anything, guys. So I don't want all these things. Okay. So this is perfectly fine. At initial stage, you can do one thing. And also one thing I just want to tell you guys. Let me take something different color. You guys can see here, it's showing here right now you have login with admin. Okay. It's saying that. So your admin as the super admin guys. So he has a super administrative privileges. Also, if you want to log out, you need to come here to log out. Okay, because many times that you are going to get confused. Yeah, so don't get confused here. So if you want to know on which user that you are going to log in, then you can able to see it here. Okay, you need to come here in the down. This is the place. And if you want to log out, this is the place that you can see. And another thing is, if you want to refresh, just click on this and it's going to be refresh. So the very important thing that you need to go to device at first starting time, and you can see here there is a setup. So this setup is going to play an important role, guys. So if you are going to set up at first time, you can see here the general settings. So click on this gear symbol. Then I'm going to give you a host name, Palo Alto 01. Then if you want to make it like this, FW01, Palo Alto Firewall 01. Then after that, what's your time zone? So time zone is Asia, Dubai. So that's what I'm going to do. So English is fine. And you want to do any welcome banner? Yes, I just want to do login banner. Welcome to Net Experts Academy. Okay, guys, welcome to Net Experts Academy. Then after that, you can click OK. Guys, the interesting thing is still whatever configurations that you are done here, still not yet saved. So that's why you can see here this commit button before it was grayed out. Now, when you click on the commit, you want to do a commit all changes or commit changes made by admin. So my better advice for you is always you can choose, because since I have login as a admin, so that I'm trying to say that commit changes made by me as admin. So that for example, if you created a username called Seishu and it's your password, then whatever changes that you are trying to do, better you always select this, so that whatever changes that you have done it, then it's going to save it under your name, so that it's easy for you to other administrators to understand. If anybody did the changes, they know that so and so administrator has done these changes. Okay, guys. And also, if you want to see the preview the changes, what changes you made it, and you just click here and say 20, say okay, then you can able to see the preview. You get my point, guys? So initially, the time zone is US Pacific. Then I change it to Asia Dubai. Then initially the host name is this, I changed it this. And there was no banner, I just given the banner. You get my point, guys? So that's the beauty of your Palo Alto Firewall. So let's close this. I'm okay with this and click on commit. And always, whatever changes that you are going to do in Palo Alto Firewall, you just come here on top right corner, just click on the commit. That's very, very important, guys. So make sure that you need to commit. But many people, they used to think, hey, the commit is going to take more time. It's not in real time, guys. Basically, I'm just running in my virtualized environment. That's why you may see that some little bit delay. So other than that, rest everything is fine. So wait for this commitment. So I don't want to pause the video. I just waiting for it. So it went to 99 percentage. So just wait for a few seconds, guys. Let me finish the 100 percentage. So in case if any challenges, in case something is wrong during your commit, it's going to show it to you here. So right now it's saying that configuration committed successfully. Okay, then after that you can just click close. So whatever changes that you made it here, it's saved. That's really good. Okay guys. And also you can see here there is an interface. In interfaces section you can see here the management interface is here, and whatever the IP address is configured and what are the services is allowed by default, you can able to see that. So in case if you want to do any other changes, you just come here and you can do the changes, then after that you can commit. And also one more interesting thing, you can see here operations. So many people, they may have a doubt where I have to go and reboot the device. Just come to operations and reboot it. If you want to shut down the device, you can do that. Also from here, you can able to save the configurations. If you want to import or export, you can able to do it from here. Okay, this is we are going to focus more guys, not at the moment. Later we are going to see this. So right now, as per my lab topology, I need to go to the network. And you can see here Ethernet 1/1, 1/2, there is a lot of interfaces are there. So before that, I just want to show you my lab. Just go here. As per my lab, Ethernet 1/1, which is connected to the internet, 1/2, which is connected to my local network. Right, guys? So here, before we jump into the configuration, I just want to tell you something interesting, guys. Basically, Palo Alto is the zone-based firewall. Zone-based firewall. Zone-based firewall. Palo Alto is the zone-based firewall, guys. So whatever configurations that you are going to do, make sure that you need to create a zone. So let's say Ethernet 1/1 is belongs to WAN zone. Ethernet 1/2 is belongs to LAN zone. So you need to create a zones like this. Also, if you think that I am going to create Ethernet, for example, 1/3 is belongs to DMZ zone. You get my point, guys? So that you can create the zones according to your requirement. But make sure that before you are going to do any configurations, first you need to create a zone. Then after that, you need to shift the interface to the specific zone because it's a zone-based firewall. Get my point, guys? So it's kind of another layer of security that you are going to provide. Okay. But if you want, I just give you an example, guys. Let's take a switch here, network switch. In the network switch, you have a multiple interfaces, right? Like this, multiple interfaces. So what I will do, port number 1 and 2, I connected a PC. I configure 10.11, 10.12. Port number 3 and port number 4, I connected two more PCs. I configured 20.11 and 20.12. But here, by default, all these ports are belongs to VLAN number 1, right? Correct? But what I did here, I didn't configure separate VLAN. I just assigned the different IP addresses. You try to understand this concept, guys. But still here, if any of the user, he just connected his PC and if he says 10.13, the IP address is 10.13. This guy, what he will do, he can go and talk to 10.12 as well as 10.11. Why? Because still they are belongs to a single broadcast domain, which is VLAN number 1. But most of the deployments, what we are going to do, based on our requirement, this is my network switch. Then what I'm trying to do, based on my requirement, what I will do, I'm going to keep these 4 ports into VLAN number 10. And I'm going to keep these 4 ports into VLAN number 20. So what I'm trying to do, I'm going to do some logical segregation. Virtually, I'm going to create some broadcast domains. Then after that, I'm going to shift the ports. So this is like some kind of security. Same thing, these guys. in Palo Alto they are trying to do. You get my point, guys? So you can configure directly the IP address and all, there is no problem for it. But still, to add additional layer of security, what they are trying to do, they are expecting you to create a zone, like a LAN zone, WAN zone, DMZ zone, guest zone, whatever name you want it, you can do that. Then after that, you can shift the port into the specific zone so that it's going to add additional layer of security. That's the beauty of your Palo Alto firewall. So now what I'm going to do, first of all, I need to go to the zones. You can see here, there is no zones here. Click on add. But again, most of the people, they get confused where I have to go and click on add here in the down here. This is the place you need to add. Okay, guys. So first of all, what you are going to do, just go here in the down, say add. What is the zone name? So the zone name here, first I'm trying to say WAN. What is the type? It's a layer 3 zone. Okay, say okay. Then after that add, I'm going to configure one more, which is LAN zone. Then after that, what is the type? It's a layer. Then after that, say okay. So WAN zone and LAN zone that I configured. Okay, guys. Then after that, go to interfaces. In the interfaces, Ethernet 1/1, just click on that. What's the interface type? So I'm going to say it's a layer 3 interface. And what is your virtual router? So guys, one of the beautiful feature in Palo Alto Firewall, you can configure different routing tables, okay, based on your requirement. It's similar like VRF, but I don't want to do that. I have a single virtual router that I'm going to use for my routing. So that is default. Then after that, security zone, this is belongs to the WAN. Then after that, go to IP version 4. So this is, it's going to connect it to my NAT0 interface. By default, NAT0 is going to act as a DHCP server and my Palo Alto is going to act as a DHCP client. So I'm going to select this. Then after that, you can click on advanced here. You can see here there is a management profile. So the purpose of this management profile is if somebody trying to ping, so my Palo Alto firewall, what it will do, the request comes to the my 1/1, which is belongs to WAN zone. And if you enable ping, is going to reply back to you. That's why I'm going to enable this. Okay, just go to here, management MGMT profile. Then I'm going to enable ping. Say okay. Then after that, say okay. So far I have done this configuration. If you feel this is perfectly fine, just click on commit. Say commit changes made by admin. Say okay, commit. Now the changes are going to be saved. It's going to take bit time, guys. So that what I will do, I'm going to pause the video. Once it's done, I'm going to unpause. Now you guys can see here the configuration got successful. You can click on close, and also you can see here the link stays turned into the green. Okay, guys. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to Ethernet 1/2. Just you can click on that, and in the down you can see here add sub interfaces. Are you able to see this one, guys? Okay. So what you guys can do now, you can just go here, and once you try to see here, it's not able to grade out. What's the reason? Why it's not grayed out? Is there anything wrong? So first of all, what you are trying to do now, just Ethernet 1/2, and you can go here and type the interface type is layer 3. Okay. Then after that, I don't want to give any IP address. I don't want to change any zone or anything. Okay, guys. Say okay now. After this, what you are going to do, you can see here the sub interface. So click on add. So it's saying that Ethernet 1/2, that's your interface, and you can see a dot. Then I'm going to create dot 10. That's my sub interface. Okay. Then after that, what is the VLAN tag that I'm going to configure 10? Okay. Then after that, what's your virtual router? I'm going to keep it in the same default. And what's your LAN zone? So you can guys can see here, this is my LAN. So here, each and every sub interface, if you want, you can configure separate zones as well. There is no problem for it. Then IP version 4, what's the IP address that you are going to configure it? So I'm going to configure 192.168.10.1/24. Then after that, you can see here, go to the advanced. In advanced, again, there is a management profile. Just click here, say enable it. Say okay. Now you guys can see here, the sub interface has created successfully under the main physical interface. You get my point, guys? So here Ethernet 1/2 is my physical interface. Under this, I have created one sub interface, which is .10, and I assign this IP address, and it belongs to VLAN number 10. Now just click commit. Then after that, say commit. Wait for a few seconds. It's going to commit quickly. So just wait for a few seconds. You can able to see the changes. Yep. Now you guys can see here, it's perfectly saved. Then click on close. Now you guys can see here. Now I want to create one more sub interface. So simply what you can do, just click on add sub interface. And I'm going to say this is for 20 and VLAN tag is 20. Then I'm going to keep it in the same virtual router and security zone. If you want to create new, you can create it as well, but I don't want to do that. Say IP version 4, add. Then after that, you can say 192.168.20.1/24. Then after that, you can go to advanced, and if you want to enable this management profile, you can enable it. Then click OK. Then I want to do it for VLAN number 30. The VLAN tag is 30. Then after that, virtual router that I'm going to configure it as a default. Security zone is my LAN zone, IP version 4. Then click on add. So I'm going to specify 192.168.30.1/24. Then go to advanced and click on management profile. Then you can say management profile, say OK. So now you guys can see here, I have configured successfully. Then after that, you can say commit. Now click on commit now. Then it's going to save those changes. In case if something is wrong, then you can able to see that error message. Then again, you can see where you did the mistake. You just correct it and again you can commit it. So I'm going to pause this video. Otherwise, what will happen? It will show you very lengthy, guys. So you guys can see here, it's successfully saved. So there is no other challenges. So far, I have configured these sub interfaces under my physical interface. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to configure, hey, there is something wrong here. What is this? I can see Ethernet 1/1. It should be the security zone is WAN. How come it's a LAN, guys? So I made a mistake. Just go here and correct it. It's a WAN. Say okay. So in case if you have done any changes, just you can see easily you can go there and do the changes and click on commit. Say commit. Then after that, you can just pause this and it's going to take few seconds to complete. So it got saved successfully, guys. So far, I have configured my WAN zone and LAN zone. Then after that, Ethernet 1/1 I shifted into WAN zone and Ethernet 1/2 I shifted into LAN zone. But here I want to show you something like if you go to virtual router, you can see here this is my default. And you can see here there is a more runtime stats. And if you click on default route, and you can able to see in case if you want to add any static routes or if you want to do any race distribution, RIP, OSPF, version 3, BGP, everything you can able to configure it, guys. And also you can see here more runtime status. And from here you can able to see the routing table and forwarding table. You get my point, guys? So you can see here this is my forwarding table and this is my routing table. So you can able to see everything, guys. Now just close on this part. And second thing what I want to do now, I just want to configure the DHCP. So just go to the DHCP and you can see here the DHCP server. Since your Palo Alto is going to act as a DHCP server, so I just want to select here, for example, for 10, I just want to configure the DHCP pool 192.168.10.11 to 192.168.10.200. Okay, guys. Then after that, you can see here on the options. Then what's the gateway? 192.168.10.1, subnet mask 255.255.255.0. What's your preferred DNS? 8.8.8.8, alternate .1. Then after that, you can click OK. Now I want to do it for 20. So here you can select the interface 20. Then after that, click on add 192.168.20.11 to 192.168.20.100. Then after that, click on options 192.168.20.1, 255.255.255.0, 8.8.8.8, 1.1.1. That's it. Then click on OK. Then after that, click on add. Then you can select here 30. Then after say add 192.168.30.11 to 192.168.30.100. Then after that, go to the options 192.168.30.1, 255.255.255.0, 8.8.8.8, 1.1.1.1. Then after that, say OK. That's it. Now I have configured the 3 DHCP pools. Then you can click on commit. Then say commit. So wait for some time. There you go. It got successful. Now what I'm going to do, I need to test. So for testing purpose, I need to go to my GNS, open PC1, PC2, and PC3. So go to PC1 and type IP address, IP DHCP. Then after that, go to PC2, IP DHCP. Go to PC3, IP DHCP. So if something is wrong, you are not able to get the IP. If it is right, perfectly you can able to see that. Perfectly you can able to see this. Perfectly you can able to see it. Congratulations. So far you got the IP. So as per my laptop policy, what I did here, I just configured multiple DHCP pools for VLAN number 10 and 20 and 30, and I got the IP addresses as well. Okay guys, and one more thing I just want to show it to you as a bonus. You can go to the policy here. You can see there is a security policy. By default, there is a two policies are there. Did you see here? You need to understand this terminology, guys. In Palo Alto Firewall, there is a intra-zone, there is a inter-zone. Intra-zone means it belongs to a same zone. So for example, did you remember that here I have a two zones, guys. One is LAN zone, other one is WAN zone. In LAN zone, I kept VLAN number 10, right, 20 and 30. So these three sub interfaces is part of the same zone. So this is, we can call it as a intra zone. Okay guys, and by default they are able to communicate each other. The default action is allow. That's why they mentioned that intra zone. It could be any zone, any address, any user, any device, it doesn't matter. By default, they can able to talk. And these intra-zone, which means it's a LAN, and here there is one more zone which is WAN. So these two we can call it as a inter-zone. Okay guys, this is inter-zone. By default, the inter-zone, they don't communicate each other. The traffic is going to be denied. So that's why you don't need to worry. Whenever you are in intra-zone, by default, they're able to communicate each other. So now again, go back here, just go here and go to the network and click here the interfaces. You guys can see here these three interfaces. You can see here these three interfaces are belongs to the same zone, but they are in three different interfaces. So this is, you can call it as a intra zone. They are the three different interfaces, but they are belongs to a same zone. I mean, it belongs to a intra zone. You get my point, guys? And they are able to communicate each other. And you can see here the WAN and this LAN, this is, we can call it as the interzone. By default, they don't communicate each other. So for this, we just go and test it. Okay, guys, let's go and test it. So I need to go to my GNS3 and I can go to my PC1 here. And from my PC1, first of all, I want to check whether I can able to talk to my gateway. Congratulations. I want to see whether I can talk to my 20.11. Congratulations. This is the communication, guys. Yeah. And 30.11. Okay. You get my point, guys? Are you able to see this? So this is called intrazone. Okay. Interzone is nothing but it's a between two zones. Intrazone means it's the same zone. They can able to communicate each other. There is no problem for it. But still, if you feel that, hey, Seshu, I don't want to communicate from VLAN number 10 to 20 or 20 to 10 or 20 to 30, I don't want to do that. So that time what you can do, you can create three different zones and you can assign to each and every sub interface. That is also possible. But again, if you want to do a intercommunication between them, again, you need to write a policy. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Yeah. So far what we did, we have configured the sub interfaces on your physical interface. Then after that, we configured the gateway. Then after that, we assign the DHCP pool. Then through the DHCP pool, all these computers, they got the IP addresses from respective VLAN. And Ethernet 1/1, we configure it and it's got the IP address from their service provider. And management interface that we are going to use it to access your physical device from your physical network. Right, guys? So I hope this has been informative and I would like to thank you for viewing.